The oldest and largest wildlife sanctuary in Zambia is Kafue National Park, a land where more than 200 lions roam, and the country's greatest population of cheetahs runs free. Around 4,800 African elephants also call this park home, sharing the land with some of the most powerful predators on the continent. Before we enter nature's most thrilling confrontations, tell us in the comments which African predator fascinates you the most. Chances are you'll see it in the moments to come. Stay tuned, we are heading into the so-called Last Eden, the realm of Kafue's apex predators. Across the vast Busanga Plains in the north, lions patrol like ancient warriors, following the movements of antelope herds with patient precision. When darkness falls, the haunting laughter of spotted hyenas echoes through the night, the sound of stealth and survival intertwined. Along the riverbanks that cut through the floodplains, giant Nile crocodiles lie motionless, waiting to strike with the precision of living traps. In the open grasslands of the south, African wild dogs move as one, hunting with speed and coordination that rivals any elite force. From above, lappet-faced vultures descend with power, tearing through what remains after the hunt. Every creature, every landscape forms a vital thread in the great tapestry of life, a balance of strength and survival that is both fragile and eternal. Hidden in western Zambia, deep within Africa's wild heart, Kafue National Park unfolds in sweeping mosaics of Miombo woodlands and endless wetlands fading into the horizon. Comparable in size to the U.S. state of Massachusetts, it is the second largest protected area in all of Africa, stretching over 190 kilometers from north to south and about 85 kilometers from east to west, a vast green scar across the continent's map. Kafue's story began in the 1920s, when it was first declared a game reserve, named after the mighty Kafue River, a lifeline stretching more than 1,600 kilometers and Zambia's longest watercourse. The next chapter came in the late 1940s, when conservationists proposed its elevation to national park status. In 1950, thanks to the vision of Norman Carr, a pioneer of walking safaris, Kafue officially became Zambia's first national park, a cornerstone of African conservation. But the foundations of this land reach far deeper than its wildlife. Beneath its soil lie ancient witnesses of Earth's own story: granite, schist, gneiss, and Katanga limestone, all shaped during the planet's early formation. Gentle hills rise over broad valleys like ripples on a sea of earth, offering a tranquil glimpse into the stillness of geological time. Today, Kafue National Park stands as a living treasure of biodiversity. As of 2024, scientists have recorded 158 species of mammals, over 515 bird species, 70 reptiles, 58 fish, and 36 amphibians within its borders. The park's rhythm is marked by two distinct seasons that shape every aspect of life. The rainy season lasts from October to April, bringing between 700 and 120 millimeters of annual rainfall. The dry season, from May to September, offers cooler, clearer air, with average temperatures around 20 degrees Celsius, though October, the hottest month, can reach 33 degrees Celsius. In the northwest lie the Busanga Plains, a vast basin that floods during the rains and slowly recedes through the dry months, revealing a living mosaic of water-soaked grasslands, natural channels, and shallow streams. Among them rise tall termite mounds, serving as safe islands for red lechwe, puku antelope, and the predators that pursue them. During the floods, aquatic grasses such as Echinocloa, Oryza, and Hyperrhenia cover the landscape, absorbing nutrients and fueling an ecosystem that reaches peak productivity in the dry season. The cheetah, Earth's fastest land animal, once ranged across most of Africa, but today, fewer than 700 adults remain, surviving in less than 10% of their historic range. But danger is never far away. The faintest noise can draw scavengers or even lions. Though slower, lions possess the strength to claim any prize they desire. Over the sunburned plains of Busanga, the wind carries the scent of dry earth and grass, until the silence is shattered by a deep, thunderous roar rolling across the horizon. It is a declaration, a sign of dominance, and a reminder of who reigns at the top of the food chain, the lion. In this land where life and death intertwine with every heartbeat, the lion hunts not only for survival, but to preserve its place in an ever-changing world. It carries within its genes the legacy of ancient kings, descendants of great predators that once roamed across Africa, Asia, and Europe hundreds of thousands of years ago. In Busanga, lions stand as a cornerstone of the ecosystem, nature's own regulators, guided by instinct and strategies refined over thousands of years. Unlike most big cats that lead solitary lives, lions are the only members of the feline family that thrive in complex social groups. A typical pride is composed of several adult females, their cubs, and one or two males, usually brothers, belonging to the same coalition. A male's mane serves as a biological symbol, revealing his age, health, and dominance. A dark, thick mane reflects high testosterone levels, strength, and the ability to defend the pride from any threat. Yet it is the lionesses who form the true heart of the group. They hunt together, raise the young, and protect one another through an extraordinary bond of cooperation. From the top of towering termite mounds that rise above the plains, still silhouettes watch in silence the patient hunters. They do not rush, nor do they make noise. As herds of wildebeest graze unsuspectingly, the lionesses close in with precision and purpose. This is no random encounter, but a meticulously coordinated operation, a plan perfected through generations, where each member plays a crucial role: the blocker, the flanker, the finisher. When the moment comes, they strike as one. A lioness can reach speeds of nearly 80 kilometers per hour in short bursts, fast enough to close the gap in seconds. With a bite force of up to 400-500 newtons, she locks onto her prey's throat, cutting off its air. If the target is a full-grown buffalo, the males join the battle like a storm, unleashed, weighing over 190 kilograms. They can topple a massive animal with a single charge and crushing pull. In recent years, Busanga has shown encouraging signs of recovery. Between 2021 and 2024, lion density averaged between 3.7 and over 4 individuals per 100 square kilometers, with an estimated 358 lions, including cubs. Thanks to the Zambia Carnivore Program and international conservation partners, each pride is carefully monitored with GPS collars. Protected zones have been established, and anti-snare initiatives have expanded across key territories. As a result, both survival and breeding rates have improved significantly. Annual survival now reaches 8.3%, while reproductive success has climbed by 29%. Yet, on a continental scale, the picture remains concerning. According to the International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN, Africa's lion populations have declined by 43 to 75% in just the past 50 years. Habitat loss, retaliatory killings after livestock attacks, and illegal wildlife trade have pushed the species into the vulnerable category worldwide. Even in Busanga, danger still lingers. In 2022, 2 lionesses were caught in snares, leaving 8 cubs orphaned. 7 were rescued, rehabilitated, and later released back into the wild plains of Laoa. And here lies a fascinating detail. Few notice lion cubs are born with faint spots across their fur, a genetic echo of their ancient lineage. Most fade by the time they turn 1 year old, but in drier regions, some females retain light markings on their legs, bellies, or tails, silent reminders of their evolutionary connection to their spotted relatives, leopards and jaguars. From the wetlands of the north, the Lunga and Lufupa rivers carve their way through the Miombo woodlands at the heart of Kafue National Park, forming an ecological corridor that links dry savannas with the vast floodplains. The Lufupa flows from the northwest, nourishing the Busanga Plains, while the Lunga marks the park's eastern boundary between 2 distinct ecosystems. These permanent waterways keep the soil moist year-round, turning the region into a biological powerhouse where migration, hunting, and breeding all follow the rhythm of the seasons. As the morning light filters through the canopy of the Miombo forest surrounding the Lunga and Lufupa, a cry echoes upriver, a sharp, resonant call that seems to awaken the wilderness itself. The sound drifts above the treetops, blending with the wind and the flowing water to form what many call the true voice of Africa. It is the unmistakable call of the African fish eagle, one of the most iconic sounds in all of sub-Saharan Africa. Thriving along lush riverbanks like those of the Lunga and Lufupa, this majestic bird has flourished since the late Pliocene, perfectly adapted to life in a semi-aquatic world. With a wingspan reaching up to 2.4 meters and a body length of around 75 centimeters, the female, larger and stronger than the male, can weigh as much as 3.6 kilograms. Its white head and chest contrast beautifully with deep brown plumage and dark wings, painting a striking image against the open sky, a living symbol of clarity and strength. From above, its keen vision, powered by light-sensitive cells, detects even the slightest movement beneath the surface. Once it spots a fish, the attack is swift and silent, a direct, arrow-like dive. As it descends, its talons open wide, locking on to the slippery target with precision. Tiny spicules on its feet grip the fish like natural hooks, ensuring that almost nothing escapes. In a single, fluid motion, it snatches its prey and soars back into the sky. Barely touching the water, its sharp, yellow beak, tipped with black, delivers a precise finishing strike. There are no long chases, no drawn-out struggles, only speed, accuracy, and mastery honed by evolution. Although fish make up the majority of its diet, the African fish eagle is remarkably versatile. In leaner times, it preys on small water birds, reptiles, or even young crocodiles. It has also been observed stealing catches from herons or other fishing birds, a display of its adaptability and intelligence. This flexibility ensures its survival in an ever-changing environment. In the river regions of Lunga and Lufupa, where water flows throughout the year, the African fish eagle often settles permanently. Each pair chooses a nesting site high in the fork of a sturdy tree, usually more than 10 meters above the ground. The nests, built from sticks and lined with leaves and moss, are reused season after season, expanding into massive aerial structures, some over 2 meters wide and more than a meter deep, firmly anchored among the Mayombo trunks. Mated pairs remain together for life, sharing the defense of their territory and taking turns caring for their young throughout the breeding season. But beneath the surface of these rivers lies a creature far older and mightier than the eagle's prey, the Nile crocodile. The individuals found in Kafue National Park rank among the largest of their kind. Adults in the Lufupa region commonly reach between 3.5 and 5 meters in length and can weigh more than 750 kilograms. Exceptional specimens exceed 6 meters, becoming silent giants that glide just below the water's surface. Their true power lies not only in size, but in design. Their jaw-closing muscles are immensely strong, capable of crushing bone with a single bite, while the muscles for opening the jaws are surprisingly weak, an evolutionary paradox that makes them near-perfect predators. The region's permanent waters grant them a decisive advantage. Nile crocodiles can remain motionless for hours, with only their eyes, ears, and nostrils visible above the surface, blending seamlessly with floating logs and reeds. When an antelope, buffalo, or zebra approaches to drink. They strike in an instant, propelling themselves forward at speeds of up to 14 kilometers per hour, clamping down with immense force and dragging their prey beneath the water in a single explosive movement. When facing large prey, Nile crocodiles unleash their infamous death, roll a powerful spinning motion that tears flesh into manageable pieces. This method is not only devastatingly effective, but perfectly adapted to life in flooded forests and river systems. Though often seen as solitary reptiles, they display a subtle social order. The largest males dominate the best sandbanks, where they bask in the sun and lie in wait for unsuspecting prey. At times, several crocodiles have even been observed working together, forming semicircles to trap schools of fish in the shallow waters of the Lufupa during the dry season. Their social world extends beyond hunting. Communication among crocodiles is surprisingly complex, from the deep rumbling calls of adult males during mating season to the high-pitched squeaks of hatchlings still inside their eggs. The breeding season marks one of the most remarkable events in their life cycle. Each year, the female digs a nest of sand a few meters from the riverbank, carefully choosing a site safe from floods and predators. For nearly 3 months, she stands guard, defending her nest from threats such as monitor lizards or hyenas. When the time comes, the faint chirps of the hatchlings inside the eggs signal the mother that it's time to help. With astonishing gentleness, she uses her powerful jaws to lift each newborn, carrying them safely to the shallow water, their first sanctuary. Even after the hatchlings enter the river, the mother remains nearby for weeks or even months, displaying an extraordinary maternal instinct rarely seen among reptiles. A crucial factor that shapes Nile crocodile populations is temperature-dependent sex determination, the phenomenon where incubation temperature decides the sex of the offspring. If the nest stays below 30 degrees, most hatchlings will be female. But if the sand reaches 33-34 degrees, males dominate the brood. This delicate balance makes them especially vulnerable to climate change. In the Lufupa region, where surface temperatures can exceed 35 degrees Celsius during the dry season, scientists in 2025 warned of a potential gender imbalance if global warming continues unchecked. To make matters worse, growing water pollution is adding new threats. Elevated mercury levels have been detected in Nile crocodiles across Zambia, with liver and kidney concentrations reaching up to 3.7 micrograms per gram of wet weight, figures considered ecologically alarming. Between 2017 and 2020, mercury was recorded for the first time in the blood of young crocodiles in the region. More recently, a 2024 Pan-African study confirmed that Nile crocodiles now exhibit the highest blood mercury levels ever documented among any crocodilian species, clear evidence of a widespread contamination crisis across the continent. While crocodiles lie motionless beneath the still waters, calculating their next move, another creature watches from above. It is the African marabou stork, a giant and oddly elegant bird, a living reminder of nature's intricate design. In Kafue National Park, it is not merely a scavenger, but a solemn witness to the endless cycle of life and death that defines this land. Nicknamed the Undertaker, the marabou stork wears a stark black and white plumage and commands a wingspan of up to 2.6 meters, with some individuals stretching beyond 3.2. Standing nearly 1.5 meters tall and weighing between 4 and 9 kilograms, it is an imposing figure. Its bald head, pink neck, and large throat pouch are not just feeding adaptations, they also play a role in social signaling. Along the banks of the Lunga and Lufupa rivers, at dawn and dusk, marabou storks perch high in the trees or stand motionless near the water's edge, scanning for food. As part of nature's cleanup crew, they feed on carrion from crocodile leftovers to fallen antelopes, and even elephant carcasses, tearing through the toughest hide with their massive, hooked beaks. During the breeding season, when food demands intensify, they broaden their diet to include fish, frogs, snakes, small birds, and occasionally young crocodiles. Their cunning also shows in klepto-parasitic behavior, seizing the chance to steal meals from vultures or herons when the opportunity arises. True masters of adaptation. Marabou storks follow the rhythms of Africa's seasons, migrating with the ebb and flow of rains and droughts. In Zambia and across southern Africa, chicks leave the nest roughly 30 days after hatching. They reach maturity around the age of 4 and can live up to 25 years in the wild. Their hollow leg and toe bones make their bodies remarkably light, allowing them to glide efficiently on warm air currents. These birds are highly social, especially in areas where food is plentiful, such as riverbanks, slaughterhouses, or open landfills rich in organic remains. This adaptive behavior has allowed certain populations to thrive, but it has also increased their exposure to plastics and heavy metals. In the Mayombo region, The stability of water sources and the dense riverine vegetation provide ideal nesting and roosting sites. Their nests, made of dry branches, are often reused year after year on the same trees. The African marabou stork plays a vital ecological role as nature's cleaner. By feeding on animal carcasses, it helps prevent the spread of disease and contributes to the food web by feeding its young with small prey. Although globally classified as a species of least concern, some Western African populations have suffered sharp declines in recent decades. Among them stands one of nature's cleverest survivors, the black-backed jackal, light-bodied and agile. It rarely exceeds 13 kilograms and measures less than half a meter at the shoulder. Its sharp teeth and strong jaws allow it to hunt a wide range of prey, from rodents, hares, and birds to reptiles and even antelope calves. There are even documented cases of pairs working together to bring down an adult impala. Across the Busanga Plains, jackals display every facet of opportunistic predation, solitary hunters chasing small prey, cooperative pairs tackling larger targets, agile thieves stealing from other predators, and flexible scavengers feeding on insects, fruits, or leftover remains. Studies reveal their diet consists of roughly 45% livestock, 31% wild animals, 10% insects, and the rest plant matter, a perfect example of adaptability. In Busanga, the black-backed jackal fulfills several vital ecological functions. It recycles nutrients by feeding on carrion, spreads seeds through its droppings, and helps regulate herbivore populations, keeping the grasslands in balance. But not all hunters here move on 4 legs. Some rule these plains on 2. Out of Africa's 54 nations, only about 25 still harbor wild cheetah populations. In many regions, they vanished quietly, leaving an irreplaceable void in nature's balance. In Zambia, fewer than 100 individuals endure, found only in 2 main strongholds, Kafue National Park and Liuwa Plain National Park. Kafue shelters the country's largest population. Though it numbers barely 60 mature adults, a fragile reminder of how precious and how vulnerable these predators truly are. These magnificent cats are the product of millions of years of evolution. Fossil remains found in the Olduvai Gorge trace their lineage back to the Pliocene epoch, roughly 3 to 3.5 million years ago. Yet, after countless population bottlenecks throughout history, the species today carries remarkably low genetic diversity, making it more susceptible to disease, habitat loss, and environmental change. Despite their reputation as solitary hunters, males often form small groups known as coalitions, usually made up of brothers. This alliance dramatically increases their chances of success during hunts. In the Kafue region, including the Busanga Plains, the Zambia Carnivore Program recorded in 2024 a total of 44 cheetahs spread across 18 coalitions, a fragile but hopeful sign for this vulnerable predator. Life in Busanga is short, yet filled with intensity. Cheetahs play a vital ecological role by keeping antelope populations in balance. They prevent the overgrazing of grasslands and sustain the natural cycles of water, nutrients, and carbon that breathe life into the floodplains. Here in Busanga, the most biologically productive region of Kafue National Park, life moves in endless rhythm. When the Lufupa River begins to retreat during the dry season, herds of red lechwe, puku, and impala advance to graze on the freshly exposed plains, igniting a new chapter of the eternal cycle of survival. It is in this setting that the cheetah's art of hunting unfolds in all its silent brilliance. Under the golden glow of sunset, across the shimmering wetlands of Busanga, a shadow glides through the tall grass, graceful, unseen, and ready. The cheetah does not rely on brute strength or intimidation. Its weapon is something far rarer, pure speed. Quietly, it stalks a young gazelle that has strayed from its group. Every movement is a whisper against the wind. Then, at roughly 30 meters, the cheetah's body coils like a living spring and launches forward. From stillness, it explodes to nearly 100 kilometers per hour in just 3 seconds, faster than most sports cars, and that's only the beginning. With a spine that works like a flexing bow, each stride stretches up to 7 meters. Its body slices through the air, perfectly balanced by its long tail as it mirrors every desperate turn of its prey. Unlike other big cats, the cheetah's claws are semi-retractable, gripping the earth like the spikes of a sprinter's shoes. Its heart races, lungs expand to their limit, and every beat of blood fuels this brief but decisive sprint. In less than a minute, if all goes according to nature's rhythm, the chase ends. The plains fall silent again. Only the sound of rapid breathing breaks the stillness. In the wild, hesitation means hunger, and recklessness can mean death. The cheetah feeds quickly and quietly, aware that a failed hunt might have left it waiting for hours, even a day, before another chance. In Africa, it isn't just cheetahs or leopards that wear spots for camouflage. Another predator equally cunning and powerful roams the savanna the spotted hyena. Covered in mottled fur and equipped with one of the strongest bites in the animal kingdom. This remarkable hunter can trace its lineage back nearly 10 million years, when it diverged from other hyena species and evolved into a bone-crushing specialist. Over time, the spotted hyena became one of Africa's most advanced predators, living in clans that can number up to 130 individuals, led by a dominant alpha female. In this matriarchal society, even the lowest-ranking female outranks all males. Status is inherited from mother to daughter, determining access to food and privileges within the clan. Often called laughing hyenas, their eerie vocalizations are not signs of amusement, but sharp calls that signal tension, competition, or communication. These high-pitched laughs can travel for kilometers, serving as location markers, rallying calls, or warnings to rival groups. Beyond their fierce reputation, spotted hyenas are among the most efficient hunters on the continent. In the calm hours of dusk, they quietly observe the movements of grazing herds. Their choices are far from random. They often focus on the weak, the old, or the very young, the ones more likely to fall behind. When the moment comes, they strike. Sometimes small groups act as a diversion, while others coordinate a full-scale assault from several directions. With hearts that make up nearly 1% of their body weight, hyenas can run for kilometers, reaching speeds of up to 60 kilometers per hour. They don't rely on speed. Like cheetahs, their strength lies in endurance and teamwork. When they finally catch their prey, their bite, delivering up to 4,500 newtons of force, can crush even the toughest bones. Nothing goes to waste. Skin, tendons, organs, and even bone marrow become part of the meal. Though often seen as ruthless predators, spotted hyenas play an essential ecological role in the Busanga Plains. They control antelope populations, recycle nutrients by consuming carcasses and crushing bones, and enrich the soil that nourishes aquatic grasses. Their constant pressure also forces herds to move, preventing overgrazing and helping the land to recover naturally. So the question arises, who is the ultimate hunter of Busanga? The cheetah, swift as the wind, the lion, commanding its pride with precision, or the hyena, armed with unmatched endurance and the most powerful jaws of all? Yet the plains hold many more opportunists waiting for their moment. Through the tall grass of Busanga, a striking silhouette stands tall, the secretary bird. Reaching up to 1.3 meters in height, it walks with a dancer's grace, like a guardian of the Kafue National Park. Its scientific name, meaning snake archer, honors its deadly precision in hunting venomous snakes with powerful kicks that deliver several times its own body weight in force. Every day, this bird patrols the plains, walking for miles under the blazing sun in search of prey. When it spots a snake, it spreads its wings as a shield and unleashes a series of rapid crushing blows with its taloned legs until the reptile is subdued. Thick scales protect its lower legs from bites, while its hooked beak and sharp eyes give it the combined appearance of an eagle and a crane, a rare and mesmerizing blend of grace and power. Yet, this natural icon faces growing threats. The International Union for Conservation of Nature lists the species as endangered. Its role in the Busanga ecosystem remains crucial by hunting venomous snakes and small animals. It maintains ecological balance and limits the spread of disease. With every step it takes, it also scatters seeds, becoming a silent but vital gardener of the African plains. But the challenge extends beyond a single bird. The entire biodiversity of Kafue is under growing strain. In recent years, researchers have documented clear signs of ecological decline, driven mainly by increasingly sophisticated poaching operations. Steel cables turned into deadly snares are laid along antelope migration routes, feeding the bushmeat market in nearby villages. This loss not only reduces puku herds, but disrupts the entire food chain, affecting apex predators such as lions, leopards, and African wild dogs that now face fewer hunting opportunities. One of the most alarming indicators of this crisis is the drastic decline of the Kafue lechwe population from more than 100,000 individuals in the past to an estimated $23,000 today. And that's not the only concern. Kafue's lions are also facing a critical situation. Pride sizes have diminished, forcing some individuals to hunt smaller and less nutritious prey, which over time affects their health and reproductive success. Data from camera traps and intelligent monitoring systems reveal that the annual elephant mortality rate linked to human activity remains dangerously high, around 7% each year, far beyond what a balanced ecosystem can endure. Before 2018, the entire park had barely 60 rangers, far too few to protect such an immense territory. Since 2019, however, a coalition of international conservation organizations and local authorities has transformed the situation. Over 135 full-time rangers now patrol the park, equipped with advanced tools such as Earth Ranger software, infrared radar, and drones. Thanks to these innovations, progress has become visible. Between 2019 and 2022, leopard density in southern Kafue rose from 1.5 to 4.4 individuals per 100 square kilometers, nearly tripling in just 3 years. It's a powerful sign that the ecosystem is beginning to recover under enhanced protection. The establishment of intensive protection zones, now covering nearly half of the park, has created safe havens for large predators such as lions, cheetahs, and hyenas. Every action, no matter how small, plays a role in shaping a better future. Kafue National Park is being revitalized through determination, science, and the shared effort of a global community. Yet the journey is far from over. Protecting forests, avoiding the consumption of wildlife products, supporting conservation groups, sharing knowledge, and inspiring future generations. These are the meaningful steps each of us can take. And if you've ever set foot in Zambia's greatest natural sanctuary, consider sharing your experiences and reflections. Your story could inspire others to care, to act, and to join in safeguarding this extraordinary ecosystem for the generations to come.